Hello sir, good afternoon. My name is Aditya Dikshit and I am going to present my presentation on topic spam email identification. So now first part is introduction part. What is spam email? Email is an effective, faster and cheaper way of communication. It is expected that the total number of worldwide email accounts is increased from 3.3 billion email accounts in 2012 to over 4.3 billion by the end of the year 2016. So email is categorized into two parts. First one is spam and another one is ham. Spam is an unwanted, junk, unsolicited bulk mails used to spreading virus, trojans, malicious code, advertisement or to gain profit on negligible cost. And what is ham? Ham is a legitimated, wanted, sophisticated mails. So now next point is email spamming. Email spamming is increasing day by day because of effective, fast and cheap way of exchanging information with each other. According to the investigation, user receives that spam emails is greater than the ham emails. About 120 millions of spam mails are sent per day and the cost of sending is approximately zero. Now spam is a major problem that attacks the existence of electronic mails. So it is very important to distinguish ham emails from spam emails. Many methods have been proposed for classification of email as spam or ham emails. Now what is classification? So classification of spam email is defined as classification is a predictive modeling. Classification consists of assigning a class label to a set of unclassified cases. As in these are the steps of classification. First one is a model construction. In the model construction section, describing a set of predetermined classes, like each tuple sample is assumed to belong to a predefined class as determined by the class level attributes, and the set of tuples used for model construction is training set, and the model is represented at classifications rules, decision tree or mathematical formulas. Another one is model uses. Model uses is defined as the for classifying future or unknown subjects, like estimate accuracy of the model. If the accuracy is acceptable, use the model to classify new data. Now, what is the objective of spam emails? So the objective of identifications of spam emails are to give a knowledge to the user about the fake emails and relevant emails, to classify that email is spam or not. So now if we're talking about what is the scope of this project, then the scope of this project is it provides sensitivity to the client and adapts well to the future spam techniques. Next one, it considers a complete message instead of single words with respect to its organization, and it increases security and controls, and also it reduces IT administration cost, and it also reduces network resource cost. Which type of algorithms are used? So here we can use the two algorithms for this. First one is naive Bayes and second one is support vector machines. So first one is naive Bayes classifier. The naive Bayes classifier algorithm is a probabilistic classifier. It is based on probability models that incorporate strong independence assumptions, and the independence assumptions often do not have an impact on reality. Therefore, they are considered as naive. And you can derive a probability model by using Bayes' theorem credited to Thomas Bayes. Depending on the nature of the probability model, you can train the naive Bayes algorithm in a supervised learning setting. It is very useful to classify the emails properly, and the precision and recall of this method is known to be very effective. These are the formula to calculate the probability, cadential probability. So with the help of this formula, we can calculate the prediction probability. So now next one is SVM. SVM means support vector machine. It is a supervised machine learning algorithm which can be used for both classification or regression challenges. However, it is mostly used in classification problem. SVM classifier mostly used in addressing multi-classification problem having more than 2 target classes to predict. How it works, how SVM vector works. SVM takes data, point as input and output the hyperplane, which in 2 dimensions is simply a line. The best separate the tags, the line is the decision boundary. And which hyperplane is the best? There can be several hyperplanes. The hyperplane whose distance to the nearest element of each tag is the largest is considered as the best hyperplane. So now you can see that in this diagram how to define the hyperplane. So now next, this is the flow chart. It is a flow chart of the spam email identification. So first in a data set you take a collection of raw data, after that pre-processing and filtering of data using a string of vectors, and next step is classification of emails data into 2 parts. First one is spam and not spam, and after that analyze the performance parameters. So these are the flow chart. Now spam filter algorithms is steps. First one is handle data. Load the corpus file and split into training and test dataset. And second one, summarize data. Summarize the property in the training dataset so that we can calculate probability and make predictions. Next one is make a prediction. Use the summarize of the dataset to generate a single prediction. Next one is evaluate accuracy. Evaluate the accuracy of prediction made for a test dataset as the percentage correct out of all predictions made. Next one is tie it together. Use all of the code element to present a complete and standalone implementation of the naive Bayes algorithm. So document pre-processings. In this section we are talking about tokenization. Tokenization is the process of breaking a stream of text up into words, phrases, symbols or other meaningful elements called as tokens. The list of tokens becomes input for further processing such as parsing or text mining. This is the tokenization. You can now see that. Next one is lemmatization. Lemmatization in linguistics, it's the process of grouping together the different inflected forms of a word so they can be analyzed as a single item. In computational linguistics, lemmatization is the algorithmic process of determining the lemma for a given word. Requirement analysis. First one is functional requirement. To classify the email, which is done by first taking out the feature vector extraction, which involves first taking out whether the word is a spam or not. Next one is non-functional requirement. Ensure high availability of email data here datasets. User should get the result as fast as possible. It should be easy to use, that is, user is just required to type the word and click, then the result is displayed, or user is just required to enter a pair of reasonable sentences. Testing. We tested the data set and found out which email is spam and which mail is non-spam, indicated as 0 and 1 respectively. We calculated the feature vector to know whether it is spam or non-spam. Using that, feature vector naive Bayes algorithm works by comparing the trained data to test the data. What is dataset? Dataset is the collection of data or related information that is composed for separate elements. A collection of dataset for email spam contains spam and non-spam messages. So now you can see that this is a data set. This contains all the different types of messages like as spam type and non-spam type. So now next one is confusion matrix. Confusion matrix is a table that is often used to describe the performance of a classification model or classifier on a set of test data for which the true value are known. It allows the visualization of the performance of an algorithm. Now, a confusion matrix is a summary of prediction results on a classification problem. The number of correct and incorrect predictions are summarized with count values and broken down by each class. This is the key to the confusion matrix. Classification rate accuracy. Classification rate or accuracy is given by this relation, and however there are problems with accuracy. It assumes equal cost for both kinds of error. A 99% of accuracy can be excellent, good, mediocre, poor or terrible depending upon the problem. What is output of this? Any external email can be detected and classified as spam email, so the user will be aware of such email. Mails are classified into two parts. First one is spam and non-spam. From the classified data, we have calculated the accuracy as 99.18%. and recall data is equal to 99.07% and F measure equal to 99.53%. This is the code of spam email data, how to implement and how to calculate. Is this all are the procedures. Conclusion. We are able to classify the emails as spam or non-spam. With high number of emails, lots if people using the system, it will be difficult to handle all possible mails as our projects deals with only limited amount of corpus. So thank you.